is the 2020 Lexus LC 500. With a 5-litre V8 engine and a 0 to 100 kilometre time of well under 5 seconds, the LC sits in a category full of heavy hitters, competing directly against cars like the Mercedes AMG GTS, the BMW 850i, and even the Aston Martin DB11. But unlike its competition, the LC is priced at 205,000 Australian dollars. And while that might sound like a lot of money, as a matter of fact, the LC is priced so well that its closest competitor is $90,000 more expensive. So, does the heavy discount Lexus offer on the LC equate to astonishing value? Or does it just add up to a cheaper, less desirable vehicle? In today's video, we are going to find out just that. Now guys, before we start talking about this amazing car, I just wanted to say quickly thank you for watching my videos. Like, I really appreciate it. And I was wondering while you're here, if you could please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comments which car you'd want to own out of the Aston Martin DB11, the Mercedes AMG GTS, the BMW 850i, or would you take the Lexus LC 500? Let me know which one you'd like. But enough of that. Let's get into the styling of this beautiful car. How crazy is the front of this car? The bonnet is so long and it flows so nicely into the front end of the car, which houses triple LED headlights and the Lexus signature spindle grille design. Below the headlights themselves, we have these functional vents, which are designed to keep the tires and brakes cool. Speaking of the tires and brakes, we've got Michelin Pilot Super Sport tires, and we've got 6-piston caliper brakes on the front and 4-piston calipers on the rear. And the wheels are 21 inches in size, and they're an alloy finish that are colored in chrome with a black detailing in the center. And they really just set the tone for the entire car, because all over the car, you've got chrome and black accents. The roof, you've got chrome all through here, and black accents down the side and back of the car. And now the roof is a panoramic glass sunroof. On the side of the car, we've got these massive intake vents, which are actually functional and designed to keep the rear tires and brakes cool. Walking towards the back of the LC, you really notice how much wider the rear end gets. And I don't know how else to describe it other than the LC has a massive booty. It really does. And it looks so awesome. Like, you can't miss it from a mile away. It just has a rear end that stands out like nothing else. You'll notice these beautiful dual exhaust pipes along with these signature LED Lexus tail lights, which are really unique. They have a tunneling effect and it looks like you're being hypnotized when you look down them. It just looks so cool. Below the lights, you've got your LED indicators, and then you've got your parking sensors all along the rear of the car, as well as a reversing camera. As we open up the boot of this car, All the inlay is raw carbon fiber finish, and the attention to detail that Lexus have in this car's design is just incredible. As we move into the boot itself, obviously being a two-door coupe, it's not going to be massive. It's 172 litres total, which isn't too bad for a two-door coupe. And you can fit a set of golf clubs in, which is great, as long as you pull the driver out. Underneath the floor, we do have a 12-volt battery in here, and Lexus have moved the battery towards the back of the car to help the center of gravity and also provide the vehicle with better balance. Now, one of the coolest parts of the LC would have to be these door handles, because when you're driving along and when the car's locked, they sit flush and they just look super clean. But as soon as you unlock the car, they automatically pop out and make it super easy for you to grab, just like a normal door handle. To close it, you just close the door and simply push this in. Because it's keyless, they fold back into place, and so do the side mirrors. Such a cool design Lexus have done there. Onto the engine of the LC500, we have a naturally aspirated 5-litre V8 petrol engine, producing 351 kilowatts and rocketing the car from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in just 4.7 seconds. So the LC certainly is no slouch. Torque-wise, the engine produces 540 Newton meters, and it's something I wish the engine had a little bit more of, especially lower in the rev range. The LC is an engine that loves to be revved. It likes to be higher in the rev range to get the most power out of it. Combined with the engine, we have a 10-speed single clutch transmission that is very good, and it's very quick to shift gears. There's no delay in shifting, you know, it does it really well. It's very direct, and the downshift sounds this car makes are amazing. The exhaust note produced from this V8 engine is just incredible. The fuel consumption on the LC, obviously being a V8, it's certainly no Prius, but I am averaging around town about 17 litres per 100k, and that's obviously driving it like the car should be driven. Like, I'm enjoying the car, and you know, I'm not necessarily plodding around, you could say that much. But on the highway, it's actually really good. I was averaging 8.4 litres per 100k's on the highway, so very good out of a V8 engine. If someone does want better fuel consumption, Lexus do offer the LC in a hybrid variant, and it looks identical inside and out, but it has a 3.5 litre V6 hybrid powertrain that still produces a healthy 264 kilowatts, but the fuel consumption is the biggest difference. The hybrid averages about 6.5 litres per 100k's, so it's a massive difference. But for me personally, I'm sticking with the V8. Here we are within the LC500 cabin. The first time I sat in the cabin of this car, I literally sat here for about 20 minutes just admiring the finish, the attention to detail, and the materials that Lexus use in this car. Everything is finished in leather. So the dash, the doors, the seats, just everything is so well done. You've got Alcantara on parts of the dash, Alcantara full roof lining, Alcantara door trims as well. The quality materials that Lexus use, the colorways they have. So this one is called an ochre, which is a tan sort of color, and it's just stunning. It's so rich, and it is just such a classy color. The design of the cabin is incredible as well. You've got a nice 12-inch display here, and then you've got the Lexus's signature clock, and then all your vents are just so well laid out. Even the center console itself is just opened by the push of a button, so nice and easy. You've even got grab handles here to hold on if you're the passenger. The lights inside the car are all touch LED. Now the sunroof doesn't open, unfortunately, but at least because of that glass roof, you can still see out and get a bit of sun in on a warm day, which is really nice. And then moving on to the steering wheel itself, it's all electric, tilt and telescopic, so it's easily adjustable, up, down, in and out. And then your lights and your wipers are all rain sensing, automatic, and you've got a heads-up display color as standard in the LC range. You've got your mode selector here, so you can scroll through the different modes: Sport mode, Sports Plus, Comfort, Economy, and then you've also got a normal mode as well. So the best thing with the LC is you can adjust the car exactly to your liking. Moving on to the controls of the infotainment system, we've got a touchpad in the center here that will control the screen, and you've got your map and your menu button here. So the menu will take you to the main menu and allow you to select your different options. So you've got all your navigation, your music, your Bluetooth, all that sort of stuff is on the screen. And like I was saying, it's very easy to use, it's very intuitive. Lexus have really done a good job with this system, especially from the last system that they had, which was quite poor. The updates have been great to the infotainment system and I really love it. The dash display here is straight out of the Lexus LFA supercar. It's all digital, and the coolest part is that there's a center ring here that actually moves across. So we just push this button and then away it goes, and it displays things like your fuel consumption, compass, music. It has a G-force indicator that tells you how many G's you're pushing around a corner. We've got what gear position you're in, a lot of different features there. But onto the steering wheel controls, we've got all your cruise control, which is adaptive radar cruise control. We've got the lane keep assist as standard. We've got all the volume. We've got the station change for your radio. We've got phone controls and voice controls all on the steering wheel. So it's very, very easy to use. Now on to the last thing in this cabin, and no doubt my favorite, is the stereo in this car. It has the 13-speaker Mark Levinson stereo, which is 918 watts, and it actually has the biggest subwoofer a Lexus vehicle has ever had, which sits right in the back here between the rear seats. And it is just unreal. The sound quality, the crispness that the Mark Levinson system gives you, and the feeling you get listening to this stereo is like nothing else. And while I'm such a fan of the stereos in all Lexus models, this would no doubt have to be the best stereo I've ever listened to in any car, hands down. And that's no short feat in itself. Now, one of the issues you have with any four-seater two-door coupe is the amount of space you have in the rear seats. And the LC, like most, is very, very small in the back. There's not a lot of room. And I'm going to demonstrate that for you now by jumping into the back and showing you the amount of space that it offers. So I'm going to demonstrate how to get into the back of this LC. And it's definitely not for the faint-hearted. You pretty much got to dive in, hope for the best. All right, I'm in. Put this seat back. So this seat is literally all the way forward. My legs are clearly hitting the seat and my head is like just ridiculous. It's on pretty much a 90-degree angle here. So the LC isn't designed for anyone over 5 feet tall in the back seats. You're very limited for space, and anyone over the age of 40 is going to really have a hard time getting in the back here. But at the end of the day, it is a four-seater. If you need to go to dinner or somewhere like that, you can make it happen. But it's not going to be comfortable, that's for sure. So I'm going to try and get out of this thing now. This will be the hard part. Legs first. This would be so much easier if I didn't have legs. All right, guys, so here we are onto the drive of the LC 500, and I'm stopped at the lights at the moment. Shouldn't take too long, but I'm going to run you through a few pros and cons of the car. I want to keep it short and sweet. So I love this car overall. It is amazing, especially the driving aspect, but let's get into the cons first off. So the seats in the car are a little bit tight for my liking. So the actual bolstering here is a little bit tighter than what I'd like it to be. All they need to do is just have adjustable bolsters. So if they adjust this out a little bit, it'll just give you a little bit more comfort, and when you're cruising along, it would just be so nice to have that. I'm on a windy road here, so at the moment I want it to be tight to hold me into place like a sports bucket seat should do. But yeah, when you're just cruising along comfortable, you do want that adjustment basically. So that's one thing they could improve. The other thing is just the engine. As I've already mentioned, I wish it had a little bit more power. I wish that the torque was a little bit better and lower in the rev range as well, so you know, you don't have to rev the engine so much to get the car to go. But the car goes really well. Like it really goes along so nicely. You know, 0 to 100 in 4.7 seconds is, you know, certainly no slouch, and it's got plenty of power for my liking. But being nitpicky, I wish it had a little bit more. You know, it's that simple. Now onto the pros of the car. That's all the cons I've got, all the negatives I've got. It's really awesome. But onto the pros, there's so many to list. I could talk about it for hours, but to run you through a few of the main things that I love about it, the adjustability in the car is incredible. So, you know, from comfort mode, which I'm in now, it's so comfortable. It's smooth, quiet, it absorbs the bumps really well. It's so good even for an everyday car. Like, the comfort is just incredible for a small two-door coupe. But if you do want to enjoy the car, have a little bit more fun, stiffen up the suspension, you go into Sports Plus and it stiffens all the dampeners right up, has a lot less body roll in that mode. It makes the transmission and engine more aggressive, and the best thing about this car is the sound. You know, the downshifts, the acceleration noises it makes are just amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead, give you a little bit of a teaser as to how good this thing sounds. Downshifts are insane. Yeah, that's fun. Love those downshifts. So that's a little teaser, guys. Oh, this thing is amazing. The adjustment it has is incredible. I'll go put it into comfort again now. The steering is so direct as well, and you know, it's electronic power steering that the LC uses, but yeah, it's such a good balance in the suspension, the steering, everything is spot on, like where I want it. The seat, the steering wheel, I've got the heads-up display in the right spot, and that's adjustable as well. You know, there's so much adjustment in the car, and you can get everything exactly where you want it. Even the headrest is electric adjustment, so there's a little button on the side here. You can raise or lower that to where I want it to be. So many good adjustments. It is an awesome car. Like, I just love driving this thing, and you know, I'm going to turn the camera off now and I'm going to keep enjoying the drive. Why not? So there you have it, guys, the 2020 Lexus LC 500. And what an amazing machine this car really is. From the 5-litre V8 engine that produces that amazing exhaust note, to the beautiful styling that Lexus have done on the car, to the interior with the beautiful materials they've used. It is just an awesome car, and it's so hard to fault. The only thing, like I mentioned in the video, is I wish it had a little bit more power, but that has been super nitpicky. They've really designed something special and unique, and there is no car that will give you the amount of features, performance and comfort in a two-door coupe for this price point right now. But that's all, guys. Thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.